the bloodlines. It is a war on our DNA. If they have the technology to infiltrate the DNA, what happens to justice? What happens to criminal cases? What happens if they can place anybody's DNA on a crime scene? That is going to change the entire justice system. These are things that have to be talked about. These are things that have to be addressed. And I don't want to always be the one talking about it on my channel. I don't want to be the one always vocalizing about this, but this is an extreme form of warfare. It's a global warfare. It's not just on the United States of America. This is everywhere. And it's to the level where they can now infiltrate your thoughts. They can see your thoughts. They can create fake thoughts and then send them to someone, and they will think that they're actually your thoughts. They can put people in your energy field. They can dissect the DNA and put anything into it right now. And I had gotten a lot of these messages with the sacred and talking about the Holy Grail, Constantinople. I was getting a lot of messages around their data mining and things along those lines. And those were really big warnings. Those were global warnings. Those were warnings for the collective. Now we can fast forward now, a year later, 2 years later, after I was getting those messages out, and you can see now what has gone on. You can see the infiltration. You can see now where we are sitting in, okay, just on a national security level, and with the announcements that are coming out of the Bureau, okay, and the Justice Department. We can see all of this, and no one has come forward in a way to really communicate this information in an urgent fashion, in a very urgent fashion. No one in Congress has really stepped up until probably the last several months, where they were trying to talk more about this, okay? And there's a lot of people that were bringing forth the light through the Havana syndrome, okay? Project Bluebeam, okay? What were they doing with Project Bluebeam? I talked about being attacked by a blue beam through my house. Every time I saw a blue beam, I would scream and run at 2 a.m., okay? I'm running through my house with a freaking blue beam following me that's trying to freaking kill me, okay? That shit happened to me. That shit is real. And now we're seeing all of this stuff happening where, a young girl, she found a perpetrator, okay, who was photographing her with a blue technology, a blue flash technology, okay? He got arrested. Now all this stuff is coming to light with Pornhub. Is Bluebeam connected to Pornhub? Are they using Project Bluebeam technology to infiltrate people, to video them for these, these dark sites, okay? What are they doing? I've talked about the device on my head so many times, the V2K system, how advanced it is. This is a trafficking technology. It is a mind control technology. It is an advanced technology and weapon. It is so easy. Once you infiltrate the mind, you infiltrate a life. You infiltrate everything. If you can infiltrate the mind, you're infiltrating their eyes. These are eye technologies, okay? They use eye technologies on me. And the thing that's so scary about all of this is that they can tell you that they are something very high. They can say they're from a federal agency that they might not be from. It could be a foreign enemy. You don't know who it is because you don't have any evidence of who's coming in to your mind. You have no evidence of who is infiltrating you. I have no idea. When I'm applying for a job, I have no idea who's looking at my resume. I have no freaking idea what they're getting my social security number. They're getting everything through these devices. And the amount of awareness of this technology is so minimal and so small, and this should be everywhere. This should be on the front page of every newspaper right now. Everybody should be talking about these technologies, the mind reading technologies. Meta just rolled them out, okay? Elon Musk, Neuralink, okay? They've all been in it. Neuralink, space, they're all part of it. It's all connected. It's the same network. It's the same exact network. Okay, when you go back to the 2016 election and all of they were saying it's harvesting data from Facebook. That was the terminology they were using. They were harvesting data from Facebook, okay, with Zuckerberg. That was connected to Cambridge Analytica. Okay, that's Cambridge Analytica connected to Zuckerberg. Okay, it's the same fucking network. That's London. Okay, let's go back. Let's start circulating and connecting the dots to everybody. Something just came up recently with Schwarzenegger. Okay, he had a watch. Okay, that he never registered. The watch. I've seen him. He's come into my third eye quite a bit in connection to this Hollywood affiliation, okay, this Hollywood network, okay, who is he connected to? And now everything's coming up, obviously, with the fire, okay, in Hawaii, okay, and what was going on there? What was going on there, right? Well, who were the celebrities that were involved with that? So I feel like it's an interesting time because it all connects back to the technology, all connects back to space, it all connects back to the money, it all connects back to the banks. And so we really have to step into our power right now and bring awareness to the threats and dangers of this technology. And that's where a lot of my channel ended up going. I started talking about this trafficking technology. I was talking a lot about just stuff that's been coming up in headlines with celebrities. And I try to bring forth, I feel, information and bring it to the light to maybe connect dots that maybe the public isn't connecting. Maybe certain people are missing the dots. Sometimes stuff is right in front of our face, but until we actually start researching it and we actually start, focusing our energy on it, then sometimes something clicks and then you go, oh, okay, maybe it's that. And I feel that through my channel, I try to use this platform in a way to spark your thoughts, okay? And to talk about subjects and topics in a new way, in a way that other people don't talk about them. I try to talk about religion and religious constructs in a new kind of way. I try to talk about it because I think that we have to start having these kinds of conversations and really start understanding the root of where everything comes from and just maybe thinking a little differently. You know what I mean? Just thinking outside of the box and awakening and enlightening people in a new way. And as a result of me coming forward and talking about my attack, I have been infiltrated even harder, okay? And it has been one of the hardest times in my life. I've been, I'm completely been gaslit by everyone, okay? And the fact that you can actually gaslight somebody when there is proven, okay, technology that has rolled out globally, you can gaslight somebody, okay? And make them look like there's something wrong with them, that tells me that we are in a very sad state, that we are in a very sad state, that we can sit here and say, oh, there's something wrong with them mentally, when this technology has been proven over and over again. There are Air Force patents on this technology, okay? This is not made up. It is real. It is real. And people think, oh, why would they go after her? Because I was on YouTube. I was reading on politics. I was focused on what was going on, what was happening with Trump, what was going on with the underbelly. That's why you get targeted. That's why. Because you're trying to uncover truths, and then people don't want that to happen. So a lot of people in the spotlight, they get targeted. And YouTube content creators, they're next, okay? They're next. And a lot of light workers got targeted on here. So many people that I loved watching would just leave their channel in 2022 and then come back and say, I was suffering some form of mental illness. That was not mental illness. That was a targeted attack. Light workers have been under a spiritual attack. But it hasn't gone out that way, that we have been targeted by a form of warfare, okay? There is biomolecular warfare. They use bots on our images on YouTube. They take bots and put them on our video and contents, and they weaponize them against us, okay? When I upload a video, I have to unclick the embed this video, okay? I have to unclick that, or else I get really attacked hard, okay? There are things that happen to people. My numbers on YouTube have been completely messed with. They have messed with me financially, okay? They have infiltrated my numbers, which affects my monetization and affects my pay. And it also affects my viewership. They have blocked comments, okay? I have videos that have thousands of views, and I have literally like 5 comments on there, okay? I have over 16,000 subscribers. I get emails regularly that people have sent to me that they were unsubscribed from my channel, and they did not do it. And if they can mess with us monetarily, financially, and get away with it, right? This machine can freaking mess with my numbers. I will literally go on and it says I have 800 views. I'll go on again. It says I have 500 views. They like delete my views. They delete my views on here. They delete everything. They have infiltrated me to the point where they want to crash me so hard financially. I had a booming business on here. I had a successful business. I was actually bringing in good income. And then what happened to me? They infiltrated me. They did not want me to rise. They did not want to. They start going after you with a form of spiritual warfare, okay? That's what they do. They target you hard. And now there are networks and groups that are coming after me when they were the ones experimenting on me. They were the ones testing their technologies out on me. And that's when they're freaking coming after me, like even more now. And that's the thing. It's like, where are our human rights? Where is the justice? This is like, what happened to me is literally a snapshot. It's a snapshot of what needs to change, okay? I am a freaking snapshot. I am the lens of what needs to change right now. Because the fact that I have not had one person come forward and talk to me, okay, about what happened to me, not one person has come forward. And I know that this network that's connected to my head, there's probably hundreds of people who have come into this headset thing that I am connected to. I have videoed it on camera. I have captured it, okay? I have video content where you can see this weird plasma. There are weird sounds like gurgling sounds on my freaking audio on here. I have had weird boom things in my video on my live. I've had all kinds of stuff showing up on video. I have video proof of being attacked by a weapon, like alive, when I'm filming. And these people are the same people that are gaslighting me and going after me and trying to target me in a way that I am a nobody, really. They want to take away my power, my rights. They want to take away everything. And it is so evil and so dark what they have done to me that I won't even talk about what they've done. I won't even talk about it because it's that dark. It's that evil. And they have now come to the point where they have completely covered up the initial reason that I was attacked. And they've made it up a completely new reason as to why I've been attacked. That's what they do. They just make up stuff. They lie. They freaking lie. It's the freaking... it's like the National Enquirer train. It's the freaking lie train that we've been dealing with that has swept through our country, that has divided us. The lies, okay? The psyops, the infiltration. It is the same thing over and over again. And that I just talked about on my last video. I was talking about cutting through this cloud energy. The only way that we can cut through the cloud energy is to show up as our authentic selves. And that is the hardest thing to do. That is the hardest thing to do because it might mean risking it all. It might mean risking your money. It might mean risking even losing your children, okay? Because that's what they do. And in the grand scheme of things, you have to just go in faith and rise to a higher power and know that your journey is not small. It is meant to be big. It is meant to inspire others. And you can't get stuck in their kind of thinking. And I have to believe at the end of the day that I will rise through this and I will get to the other side somehow, some way. And all I hope for every single day is that I talk to somebody through this freaking headset and I make a difference in some way, that I inspire them to do the right thing. That's what I hope. I hope I inspire people who are coming in and out of this stupid thing to fucking rise and to do the right thing. And that's all that we can do right now. That's all we can do. All we can do is ignite the fire and hope that other people rise and they do what is right. And it's definitely going to be a battle, okay? It's a battle. It's a battlefield, all right? It is a battlefield in a lot of establishments, churches. Everything right now is under review. You know what I mean? Everything is coming into the light. Everything. So we are looking at a huge, upheaval within the collective. I mean, we are really looking at a huge upheaval. But, in my 2024 predictions, it felt like the storm was not really coming in for the light workers. It was coming in for the people who did this to the light workers. And it feels like it is a boomerang effect because they committed crimes against humanity. They went to the lowest low. They committed spiritual warfare on the collective, and now there is a boomerang that comes back around, okay? Because that's the universal laws. It always comes back around. And so right now, the upheaval is coming in ways that are very uncomfortable because a lot of them are our backbone. They're our standards. They are our establishments. This is what we have referred to as the stability of our country. That is what is coming into the lens right now, okay? That's what's coming into the light right now. Everything is under review, okay? Everything is under review. Everything, every way we are operating, how we move through, what we're doing, how we treat people, everything is coming to the light right now. And we have to make sure that we have the right people in power who are here for humanity, not for a party, not for a political party, for humanity. That's where we need to be going. To me, political parties feel so outdated. It feels so outdated, okay? It's about fucking human respect, okay? That's where we need to go. It goes to human respect, respecting each other's rights. That's it. That's all we have to do. Okay? It's not that complicated. But it's about, everybody is so fixated on the money, right? Patting their pockets and giving too much to the wrong people. But it's like, if it goes both ways, man. If you're worried about your money, if you're all worried about money, what are you buying into? You're buying into the system that creates poverty. You're buying into that system. You're buying into the imbalance. It goes both ways now. So it's like you can't be on, one side or the other anymore. It's like we have to be showing up for each other. We have to be showing up as a collective now. We have to rise above that kind of thinking, okay? We can't be here for ourselves. The Republican values, okay? The Republican Party, that's old. It's done. That doesn't exist anymore. That party left a long time ago. A long fucking time ago. It is time to wake up, okay? Like, that is it, And going into the churches and the Jesus stuff, this is the stuff. This is the stuff we have to ascend. Okay, I have a cross. Okay, I have a cross here. I'm not religious. Okay, I'm not religious. I don't even like necessarily the imaging that was created about the cross. I don't. But I know the symbolism of the cross works against the dark. Okay, I know it works. I know it protects. Okay. I am for Jesus. I have had an interesting connection to Jesus. And I'm not afraid to talk about that. I grew up in religion, but I never had a connection with Jesus. And I think that's weird. And how I see Jesus is not how everybody else sees Jesus. Because the people who are in these religions, they see Jesus in a way that they understand, which is through a Bible. And they form judgments against other people. And that's not Christianity. And so I think right now we are just in a place where everything is being flatlined, okay? Including religion, including how we look at everything, okay? And how we judge everyone. Right now, we have to be looking at things from a higher view. We have to be looking at things with a greater understanding, okay? And we really just have to move forward into the light, okay? Everybody has to move into the light. So thank you guys so much for all of your wonderful birthday wishes. I really appreciate all of your birthday wishes. It's definitely always an interesting time to reflect, but I don't get a birthday every year. And so, when my birthday comes, it is more of a special time. And so it really is, I don't know, it's an interesting day for me. Every time I have a leap year, it's an interesting day. It always has felt bittersweet for me because, it's something where you don't understand why you don't get a birthday every year, but then there's also something very special about it. So, it's an interesting day to be born on. But I do appreciate all of you showing up right now. And I'm going to leave you guys with a, oh my God, I got Warrior Woman coming through right now. That's us right now. have you answered your deepest calling? And right now we have to do that despite the naysayers, despite the haters. They're coming in droves, in networks, okay? These haters, they're out, man. And they get paid. They get paid. There's a money backing to the haters, okay? There is a money backing. Oh, thank you, E. Thank you so much for your donation. Thank you guys so much for all your donations to my PayPal, my Venmo. Thank you so much to the channel. Thank you for my membership as well. I really appreciate all of you guys being there for me. Oh, thank you so much, E. I really appreciate you so much. So, right now everything is under the microscope. Every industry is under the microscope, and we are going to be walking the line of AI. And it has been glamorized AI, but pretty soon we're going to start to see really what AI is and start to understand it. We're going to start to understand what biometrics really is. We're going to understand it probably when it's already installed in every application. So we are going to have to really start to move in new ways and understand things much more efficiently before we just start rolling it out through corporations, okay? We have to start understanding what is really happening to us, okay? This data mining is real. Every bit of information they have on somebody is an infiltration into them, okay? So it's really, really important right now for us to just have awareness of everything that is going on and to continue to enlightening people, moving into a new place and being a warrior, okay? We have to be a warrior right now. A lot of people have to rise in ways they have never risen before. I have 6 of Cups coming through here, okay? 6 of Cups, and we have the 7 of Wands reversed. So this is like a really nice energy actually coming through with the 6 of Cups. What is the 6 of Cups talking about? It almost feels like it's almost feels like there's going to be a heart awakening that's coming through the collective that's going to shake the collective out of money, okay? That's going to shake their thinking out of money. That's what it feels like right now, and it's through shining a light on what has been done to get money, okay? It almost feels like it's through the means of how people have been making money that heart awakening comes through, because they start to realize that how they've been making money is not aligned to the light. And maybe people never looked at money in that way, or they never looked at jobs or professions that way. But if you think about it, so many people, they're doing jobs that make them sick, okay? They actually can't stomach those jobs. They actually sometimes get sick, okay? So sick at those jobs, and they don't even know why. But it's because they know it's not aligned to them. It's not aligned to them on a soul level. So if you're getting sick, that's really Spirit's way of saying you're not aligned. You're not where you're supposed to be. So you have to keep going. You have to keep going to where you're meant to go. But it looks like there is a heart awakening that is coming in through the collective right now. And that is what is coming. It's coming in through how we make money. It's almost like there is going to become more emphasis on our heart, and that overrides what money is in some way, because we realize maybe at the end of the day that money can't really buy you love, you know what I mean? It can't buy you those things, that comes from within. That's a higher level. That's a higher connection, so it could be something like that could be coming through right now with the 6 of Cups energy. Could also even be soulmate type energies, soulmate, even friendship, soul family energies, where you connect with somebody on a heart level, and that feels so much more to you than money, you know what I mean? And I feel like I'm always living that every day. My whole book, The Penniless Guitar Player, that I wrote, it was all about finding love over money, and that was the whole basis for the story, was that could you do that? Could you actually do that? I was coming off of a layoff, and I really wanted to believe in that love that could supersede money, because I felt like I had lived this shallow life up until that point. I felt like I was living this life of having to you're finding the guy that makes the money, the 6-figure salary, but it always just felt like my life, the way it always ended up was that I was always leaving when they were getting successful, because that didn't ever resonate with me. I didn't care. I didn't care if they were successful. It didn't matter to me, because the heart meant so much more to me. And then, through those experiences, I was meeting a lot of artists, okay, the Penniless Guitar Players, and that was what was awakening my heart, was the heart journey, and I was meeting soul family, and I never really had a lot of money through that time, but I felt more alive during that time period than in other chapters of my life, and I feel like that for me was a really big lesson. So if you guys want to support me, feel free, you can buy it on Amazon, Penniless Guitar Player right here. But it's the idea of it is basically could you be happy with no money? And I lived in a really shit studio apartment, and I really didn't have a whole lot, but I felt like I had a life that was very alive, you know what I mean? I was very real, and I was always kind of dancing and walking the line of money and happiness, and really what truly brings you happiness. And until you don't have money, you don't really understand that. You don't really understand that. You don't really have that concept, because a lot of people, if they don't have money, they're really unhappy. But that was something that I felt like I had, ascended during that time. I was okay with that. I was okay with not having a lot. I was okay with that. So I feel like, maybe in some way the collective is going through that right now. And that's why I felt really called to finally come out with the book. So anyways, if you guys are interested in picking that, definitely check that out, Penniless Guitar Player on Amazon. And it's really just a journey of the self at the end of the day. And that's what it's all about. We're all on our own journey. And right now I feel like the masculines are kind of going on that right now. I feel like a lot of the masculines are starting to I don't know, accept themselves maybe in a new way, accepting themselves when they maybe were in judgment or felt like they couldn't really be their true selves. So I feel like that's kind of where we are. Thank you guys so much for all of the birthday wishes and your donations. I am like so grateful to all of you. My biggest birthday wish would be for something physical to come forward around what actually happened to me. I would love something tangible to show up in the physical world about it. But I don't want to get too over excited about that. You know what I mean? I don't want to get my hopes up too much about that. But I just want to, I really appreciate your support on this journey. It has been one of the hardest journeys of my life. And there is just one last thing I kind of want to say is that the spiritual journey is not an easy one, okay? And people often think, oh, I go spiritual and everything's like all great and we just kind of zen out. And it's the opposite. The more you ascend, the more you enlighten, the more you start getting to the light. You start getting matched up with the dark, okay? Because then you are strong enough to basically alchemize the darkest dark. So you start kind of going into the dark, okay? So as you ascend, you go into the dark. So that's a lot of ascension. And it's not a bad thing per se because you're protected in that, but that is kind of, you know, the light is attracted to the dark. So yeah, it's like, it becomes this kind of interesting juxtaposition, okay? It becomes an interesting line that you are walking, okay? But as everybody rises, you're infiltrating that energy through the light. You're shining through. You can shine through the darkest dark, and you are freeing and liberating thousands of souls, okay? By doing that, by walking into the light, you are liberating people. So just remember that. Just remember that you are setting people free with your truth, your authenticity, and your journey. So just keep speaking truth into everything in your life, okay? Is really important that we face our fears right now, okay? We have to face our biggest fears, and we have to see through the illusion of those fears and what they are, okay? And how we are being kept trapped in those illusions. All right, so I will leave you guys there.